I love it, man. Again, we're in Colorado. I'm loving seeing what the Denver Nuggets are doing. I know you're Sacha's a Golden State fan, right? So it's kind of the other.
Yeah, I'm glad a lot of you Nuggets fans get to see the ring. So
it's cool.
It's so
cool,
fun to watch.
Sacha. It's cool that we're here, though.
I've seen
like,
it 4 times, so it's dope. I'm really excited to see how you guys react to it.
It's crazy too how we got the best player in the world, though. Welcome all to the Bet Champ Show, the show of hot sports picks and stories matched with epic competition. I'm Zach Jones alongside North Glenn's finest, Andrew Romero III, a.k.a. Sace. Sace, how are we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good, ZJ. Excited for episode 2 and this week's slate of games. Last week was a little bumpy, but, excited to be here and a lot of exciting games this week, so I'm super excited for that. How about you?
Feeling good, man. Like you said, I think we got the jitters out in the first week and everything, which happens and stuff. But I think we got a great show planned today and for this Week 5 slate of games, which I'm really excited for. So ready to get into the action, see what your plays are, my plays, everything, and get going.
Absolutely.
So how this show works is each week from now until the end of the regular season, Sacha and myself will be giving out our top 5 plays for each week's slate of games. These will be between our analytic reviews and everything, which will be pretty cool to see. But we're giving out our picks to the public.
Yeah, and the twist is we're going to have a guest on each week that's also going to be giving out their top 5 picks. And if that guest wins, they will be returning to the end of the regular season. Last week, we pretty much said that if the guest beat us, we're going to have them return to the next week. But we decided to scratch that. And any guest that does beat us in a week, we're going to have them return to the end of the regular season where all the guests that did win are going to battle it out for that $500 cash prize and becoming this year's Bet Champ.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little more smoother, so the guests will be battling against each other for that $500 prize and everything. So I think it's just a smoother run and everything, and it'll be a better competition for everyone.
Absolutely. Like if there comes down to 3 or 4 guests at the end, it's going to be fun for that last week.
Absolutely. And on top of that, to ensure that Sacha and myself are giving out high-quality picks to the public, we're also competing against each other to find out who will be this year's Bet Champ host. So it's cutthroat between me and my man here. They're no friends right now. We're trying to give out the best picks possible to the public and compete against each other. So he's going after me. I'm coming after him. Everything like that. So should be good.
Yeah. And before we hop into this week's picks and predictions, we, of course, have to go over last week.
Yeah, so we'll review last week's results and everything. So hopping into our predictions. Prediction-wise, Sach went 13-2. Very good. Myself, I went 12-3. So we're pretty good right there on the full slate. Everything.
Yeah, and that record's always going to be a little bit higher just because we're not going over spreads and picks like that. So that's good that we saw the field the right way right there. And
solely based on each week who we think's going to win what game and whatnot. So solid right there. Everything. Now let's go over the plays of last week. Sach, you went 2 for 3.
Yeah, went 2-3. Had the Jaguars win in London. They covered that 3-point spread pretty easy. The Broncos was a complete miss on my part. They once they got that touchdown in the first half, I thought it was going to be smooth sailing from there, but that wasn't the case. The Bears came out firing after that. And then I had the Vikings play. Kirk Cousins ends up throwing 2 interceptions, so that kind of flopped again. And then the other one that kind of hurt was Deshaun Watson being a game-time decision for that over that I had with the Browns and the Ravens. So just the way it goes, sucks that I couldn't win that one. And in the Chiefs game, they ended up scoring 14 and going over the total points scored for the first half. So that was good. So 2-3, definitely need to be better. But, most importantly, how'd you do?
We'll be brief on this one. I don't want to talk
There's
about
not
this
much
one.
to go over.
Not much really to go over. And honestly, it was just one of those weeks where, man, every play was just so close. It came down to the teensy part of it, and that happens and everything. I don't want to make excuses for myself. I'm going to own up to what happened and whatnot. But just crazy things happened. I had that the Steelers game versus the Texans. I had that over there. Texans had 30 points, right? Steelers put up 6, and Kenny Pickett got hurt. Can't control that. And then the Steelers drive it down. We need one more touchdown to get over that 42.5. Just can't do it. And it sucks when one team can get the 30 points, kind of how we said was going to go with CJ Stroud and whatnot. Other team just put 6, so that really hurt. That Cardinals backdoor game of plus 14.
Backdoor, you called it good.
It was there, everything. Josh Dobbs pulls out back, he sees his man, Zach Ertz, he's in the end zone. There's no one covering him.
Yep.
A pass that you and I could have just gladly caught and everything went through Zach Ertz's hands, would have had the plus 14 cover. So, and he knew, he looked up, he knew it was on him. He felt bad. It happens, but I mean, that was it. That was the play, right?
Yeah. A lot of people on the Cardinals were. That's a devastating way to lose.
Missed that. Broncos, we had a minus 3.5. They won by 3, so that 0.5 hook got us. Slow game for the Broncos until the end, so it was kind of hard to watch until they won. But we wanted that more than 3.5. Didn't get it. And then the last one, we had the over. I had the over 42.5 for that Chiefs-Jets games, and I said, this is a game that the Chiefs can come out and win with 21 points. They had 23. The Jets had 20. We had 42.5, so that puts it at 43. Missed it by 0.5. A safety in that game that gave them 2 points and everything. Tough week for myself. Again, I don't want to make excuses. Got to be better, and I will be better. That will not happen again. It's on me. But I was cooking in the lab this week, so excited to go.
I'm glad you can't get much worse. There's only way. There's only one way.
I laid an egg. So. I'm gonna own up to it. But hey, let's dive into this week's week 5 slate of games. I'm excited, Sace, man. And to start us off, we got that Thursday night game, Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, these Thursday night games, man. They just seem like they're just not exciting. Like I can't get excited over the Bears.
And they're
Commanders.
on Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. No one's really gonna watch it, but. The Commanders are looking good. They almost upset the Philadelphia Eagles, so that was really good to see if you're a Commanders fan. They almost beat the Eagles twice. If anyone remembers last year, they beat them. I think when they were 4-0 or 5-0. So the Commanders, they're a tough team. Sam Howell's looking good. Terry McLaurin kind of went into shape last week. He was catching a lot of balls. I think he went over 100 plus. And for the Bears, I mean, I really don't have much to say. Thought they were going to do good last week, but they'll find a way to blow it.
Yeah.
So no play on this one for me, but I'm going to lean Commanders.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Going up against an 0-4 Chicago team, just not good. They're just laying eggs there left and right. So I'm going with the Washington Commanders again on this one. Love what I'm seeing from Sam Howell. He's so young, but he's getting into this team and everything, finding his strength and everything. So we'll go with the Washington Commanders for the dub on that one. No play. And then next we got the Jacksonville Jaguars with the Buffalo Bills again in London.
Yeah, this is the Jags' home turf, I think, at this point. Second week in a row, they came out and did what they had to do last week against the Falcons. Jaguars are actually going to stay in London, I think I read. They're staying in London. They're not traveling back. So that's going to be
they got a timeshare there.
Yeah, they got a timeshare, probably a little B&B for everyone, but the offense was starting to click a little bit last week, and I expect them this week to click a lot more. And this is where I'm going to get into my play for this one.
Okay.
The Bills are averaging 34.8 points per game, and the Jags are averaging 20. And what I put together with those two statistics was they got the over at 48.5 right now. I think the books are putting this as a little low just because it is that London game, and they kind of don't know what's going to happen. But with these two offenses, having the potential to be high power, I'm going to go over 48.5 as my first play at minus 110. And, I think the Jags are really going to start to click with this one. They don't have a defense where they can really slow the Bills down. So I think as long as the Bills do what they got to do and the Jags start to increase off from last week, they can hit this over.
Gotcha. Okay, so Sace, man, first play of the week. You got Jags and Bills, 48.5 minus 110.
Yes.
We'll lock that in. Excellent. Who do you have winning the game? Outside of that?
I'm gonna lean Bills on this.
Bills,
one.
of course.
Yeah, can't go
Absolutely.
against them right now.
Absolutely. I love it. No play for myself here, but I'm going to lean towards the Buffalo Bills as well. I mean, Josh Allen is just – he's him. He's doing his things. He's doing what we know he can do. 21 of 25 last week, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 of those touchdowns he threw to his main man, Stephon Diggs. 6 receptions, 120 yards. Killer offense.
Yeah, that was a statement game for them. And
absolutely.
A lot of rankings have Josh Allen just surpassed Tua for the MVP race. So
absolutely. As he should.
Yeah.
After that win. So we'll go no play here for myself, but we're going to go Buffalo Bills for the win. All right, next up we got the Houston Texans at Atlanta.
Yeah, the Falcons last week, like I said, in that London game, didn't look too good. And young quarterbacks, they don't typically do good in those London games or like on short weeks. So that's kind of expected. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. But, with that being said, that leads me into my play for this one.
Ooh,
I'm going to go with the Falcons -2.5 at -108.
Really?
Yeah, Desmond Ritter's 2-0 at home this year. He has a ton of weapons on offense. I mean, he got Bijan Robinson. He got Kyle Pitts. He has Drake London. And Cordarrelle Patterson was his first game back this year last week, so they kind of really didn't use him. They kind of wanted to get his feet wet a little bit, but he didn't really do it. He didn't do anything. He didn't even have a touch. But I'm going to look for the Falcons to kind of get him a little bit more involved. Cordarrelle Patterson's one of those Swiss Army knife players. You can use him at running back in the wildcat, wide receiver, punt return, pretty much everywhere. And this also goes into CJ Stroud. He's on a complete tear right now.
He's on a mission.
Mission. Hasn't thrown one interception yet, which is amazing for a rookie quarterback. But that's where I'm going to go with the bold prediction where I think he's going to throw an interception this game.
Okay.
On the road.
Calling your shot.
Calling my shot on the road. Jesse Bates has 3 interceptions right now for the Falcons, tied for first in the NFL. So look for him to kind of get CJ Stroud on this one. So that's going to be my second play, Atlanta -2.5.
I got it. So you got him winning, obviously.
Yeah.
And everything. Okay, cool. I love this, Sace. What I like about this show is we have a script for everything we want to go through and everything, but me and Sace don't share plays with each other until we get on the show. So it's my first time hearing his plays, same as his first time hearing mine. But I have a play here too, Sace, man, and I am going in the opposite direction of you, baby. Like you said, CJ Stroud is just on a mission right now. Absolute terror, and I love it. I love seeing these young quarterbacks just come to play, ready to go. Dude wants to win, and it's really awesome. Last week, 16 for 30, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's got his. There's a new duo I think that's forming over on this Texans offense. He's got Nico Collins over there, who just had an absolute amazing game. 7 receptions, 168 yards for those 2 touchdowns. Love the connection they got there. As well as they have this running back, Dameon Pierce, who runs the ball hard, ready to go. I can see here that CJ really trusts him and pitching him the ball and letting him do his thing and everything. So just like seeing those connections form and whatnot. I think on the other side of things for the Falcons, I think Ritter is just really nervous right now. He has been playing pretty bad and whatnot. And they're going back home. Like you said, they are 4-0. You said 4-0 at
They're
home?
2-0 at home.
2-0 at home, right? And everything. But I think this is the game that we changed that. So my play here is I got the Texans money line plus money, Sace, at that 112.
You love the
I love that plus money. Love to get a little plus money. So
plus money.
Again, Texas money line plus 112. We'll lock that in. I think the Texans win this game. Next, Sace, we got the 0-4 Carolina Panthers versus Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are hot. What they did to the Packers last week was, impressive. Thought it was going to be a little bit of a closer game, being a division game, but Lions got it done. Bryce Young and the Panthers do not look good. It's looking like they can't figure it out for him. He's struggling. The offense is struggling to score points. So other than that, I'm staying away from this one, but I'm leaning Lions.
Yeah, I got you as well. Love what Dan Campbell's doing with this Lions team. I mean, Jared Goff is looking really good, to a quarterback that a couple years back you thought wouldn't even be in the league anymore maybe and whatnot. But he's playing well on this offense and everything. Easy for me to just take the dub on the Lions here. Carolina, like you said, just looks awful. So don't even don't even want to go down that road and everything. But David Montgomery too, the running back for the Lions last week, had 3 touchdowns, 121 yards.
Yeah,
That's
Montgomery's coming into.
Yeah.
He's a big piece of that offense. And then if anything happens to him, they got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's a damn good back too. So Lions got weapons.
Absolutely. So we'll go Detroit Lions there for the dub. So next we got the Tennessee Titans against the Indianapolis Colts, both 2-2.
Yeah, the Titans, I don't know. Like I said, on last week's episode, they weren't getting Derrick Henry involved. Ryan Tannehill was not looking good, but that all changed last week. I mean, at least for Derrick Henry. Went over 100 yards rushing. Tannehill kind of just stood out the way. What they did to the Bengals was no one expected it. So got to give props to the Titans. But other than that, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Anthony Richardson. I really am. He's a big physical quarterback. He can sling the ball. But this is where I kind of – I don't know. I'm always scared and hesitant to
game?
play. Yeah.
It's a home game.
Yeah. If anything, if you do want to bet on the Colts, it's when they're at home with all these rookie quarterbacks. But other than that, I'm going to stay away from this one. I'm going to lean the Colts on this.
Lean Colts. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, like you said, Tennessee's kind of – it's like they're trying to figure things out, but they've had this team. You know, they've had Derrick Henry. They know what he's about and everything. And he did look good last week. He got his feet on the ground again. Just a power dude running through people and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of trying to figure out how to play, it seems like, which is kind of tough to watch. Like I said, Sach, on the other side with the Colts, I just love seeing these young quarterbacks do their thing. And Anthony Richardson is just another one who is just absolutely dealing. 11 for 25 last week, 2 touchdowns. Looking great. They were down 23-0 coming down to the end of the third against the Rams. Came back and everything. Came back, lost in overtime, but to come back 3 scores.
Yeah, that's
and
a good
whatnot
sign
in the fourth
for
to
a
get it back.
rookie
And he has a deep ball package. He can run. He can shuffle around. He can make the plays. And I love his poise. You know, he stays calm, especially when they were down on that 23-0 and everything. We're down, just has poise, has leadership, shows that he wants to win. So I am going to put a play down here, Sach, man. I got the Colts money line at -112. Taking those Colts to win. Just love it. Love what I'm seeing from him. I think they're going to get the job done. Games at home. Again, Colts money line -112. We'll lock that in. And then that takes us over to the New York Giants at the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, Giants just played last night. Just looked completely awful. Daniel Jones is getting no time to throw the ball. He's turning the ball over. Brian Dable's throwing iPads at him. Looks like he's cussing him out.
Highway robbery, Sach.
Highway robbery. Poor Giants. But
they're
glad
stuck
they
with
played.
him.
Yeah, they're stuck with him for a couple of years. And as a Cowboys fan, I was so happy that they paid him. I want Daniel Jones to stay in the division as long as possible.
It looks like he will with that money.
Yeah. But I do have a play on this one, ZJ.
Okay.
I'm going to go Miami over 16.5 first half points. Lock that one in. Miami over 16.5 first half points. Miami been averaging 21.5 points in the first half. They got to bounce back from last week. They just got embarrassed by the Bills. I feel like Mike McDaniel's going to get that team rallied around him and Tua, and they're going to come out firing this week at home. The Giants, like I said, just struggling. Daniel Jones doesn't look good, so hopefully they just go 3 and out, and maybe another pick 6, how Daniel Jones did last night. And going off of that, too, the Giants are giving up 19 points per game in the first half. And I can promise you that they haven't seen an offense like the Dolphins.
No.
So, especially on the road, on a one-day shorter week. But, yeah.
Could be a boat race,
yeah, it could be a boat race.
Boat race.
We want the Miami boat to be winning in the first half.
Absolutely.
By a lot.
Not really much to say here. Totally agree with you. I'm not even going to really talk about the Giants right now. I still can't believe that contract and everything. Definitely taking the Miami Dolphins to get the win here. Love it. Also, look for Devon A-Chain. Sorry, A-Chain?
Yeah, he said it was pronounced some way. I don't remember. It was a chain, but yeah.
Devon A-Chain. A-Chain. We'll call him A-Chain. He's looking good. Look for him to get more touches on already a crazy set offense, and he's coming out to ball out. 2 touchdowns last week and everything, so look for him to get some more touches and run the ball. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh.
Another division game. These games always seem to be like just no points are ever scored. Like I said, just beating up on each other. This division's wild, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have been putting out piss poor performance each week, even though they're 2-2. The Ravens have been looking good as of late. Last week they just went 4 for 4 in the red zone, which means that offense is starting to click a little bit more. And Pickett is not doing good. I mean, you had the over for that game, and he kind of screwed you over. He's just not getting anything done.
Yeah.
He's actually not playing this week. He's going to be out. They're starting Mitch
Trubisky.
Trubisky. So I love seeing that, a backup. I mean, Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett are essentially the same thing. They're not moving the line if one.
No.
You could just interchange them.
No chance.
But I still love it. I mean, Mitch Trubisky is going to be starting -3.5. That's going to be my third play. Ravens -3.5.
-3.5.
You could get that at -114. So you
got you. -114. Ravens -3.5. Cool. Love it. I like that you're on that and everything. No play here for myself, but taking the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is really looking great right now too. Getting back to his form and everything, what we know he can do and whatnot. So cool to see him do well. Not really going to talk about Pittsburgh because, so we're gonna take the Baltimore Ravens for the win here. And you are now turned into the Bet Champ Show with ZJ and Sace. For more updates or anything, if lines change during the week, injuries or whatnot, and we might have to change a player or two, please follow us at The Bet Champ Show. All of our updates will go here. You can find us on X, TikTok, and Instagram. So we'll do with that. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints at New England.
Yeah, New England's one of those other teams where they're just unsure about their quarterback situation moving forward. Mac Jones is not looking good. I'm not sure who their backup was, but he went into the game last week pretty early when they were playing the Cowboys. So can't put my faith in either of these teams, to be honest with you. The Saints 2 weeks ago were up 17-0. They ended up blowing that game. You're kind of just flipping a coin at this point, and that's not really what I want to put my money on. So I'm going to stay away from this one. But lean Saints.
Lean Saints, okay. Gotcha. Gosh, it's great. I have a play here, but I honestly don't even know who I'm leaning to win the game, just because they're both really bad on offense and everything and whatnot. Like I said, two really good, decent defenses going up, but two bad offenses and whatnot. So what do you do with that with teams that can't score, Sace?
Tell me, what do I do?
You look for that under, baby. You look for that under, which is now set at 40.5. I am taking the Saints. We got Saints versus New England under at 40.5. -115. I just see it as it could be a 9-6 game.
Yeah,
it could be a 10-13 game, a 10-3 game. I mean, both teams just cannot find a way to score this ball. And the defense, like I said, the defenses are going to definitely see into that as well. Derek Carr last week, a little banged up still, but 23 for 37, 127 yards, Sace.
Yeah.
No touchdowns or nothing like that. Just very slow. They scored 9 points last week and everything. And same thing with Mac Jones. The Patriots scored 3 points last week. He went 12 of 21, 150 yards with also 2 interceptions. So, we're definitely taking this under here. I love it.
I like that under.
I really do. So, again, Saints versus New England under 40.5 -115. We'll lock that in. All right, that takes us to Cincy versus the Arizona Cardinals.
This is actually going to be a really good game, and it's a lot. That spread at the beginning of the season would have not looked like this right now. So the Bengals have not been playing up to par. Joe Burrow looks like he's not doing good at all. He's not
hurt.
making smart decisions. He's hurt. He's playing on that, so can't blame him. But
it's tough.
It's tough being a Bengals fan right now for a lot of people. So I'm going to stay away from this game, but I'm going to lean Bengals.
Lean Bengals. Yeah, same thing. I'm taking Bengals here for the win as well. It's even though Arizona, their defense is looking good. You know, they are holding teams and everything. They're still in the development phase. This is a building stage for them and everything. I think Josh Dobbs looks good and whatnot. You know, so let's get something going for him.
He's a sneaky good quarterback.
And it's kind of tough for me to say the Bengals too, because you know, with Burrow being injured and everything. He just can't step into his throws right now. You know, he's got that hurt leg and whatnot, you know, so he's falling short on throws and everything. And I kind of feel bad for him because, you know, they're leaving him in. I feel like too long when you can take him out and get him some rest after you know you're going to lose and whatnot. So we'll see what he does, but I still trust him over a young Josh Dobbs and everything. So
trust him too.
If he plays, so we'll go with the Bengals on this one. All right, now we got the 4-0 Eagles versus the LA Rams.
This is going to be a good game to watch. You got two offenses. I mean, the Rams are starting to figure themselves out a little bit more. Last week, they were up 23-0 on the Colts. They couldn't finish it out, but it's good to see. You know, Puka Nacua is still, like I said last week on the show, he's an animal. He's a dog. He's just broke the record again for most catches through first 4 games to start a career. He's killing it. Caught the walk-off touchdown.
He's reliable.
Yeah, he's very reliable. They're saying Cooper Kupp might come back this week, so that's good to see. I just saw this stat. Jalen Hurts has won 21 of his last 22 regular season starts.
Wow.
So and it was against the Commanders, and it almost was against the Commanders again. It was last year. It was the last time he lost the regular season start. So no play on this one for me. I got to lean towards the Eagles with Jalen Hurts under center. Can't really go against him with that 21 of last 22 starts have been wins. So that's going to be lean for Eagles.
I got you, Sace. To what you said, this is going to be a fun game to watch, which I'm looking forward to watching this game and everything because it could be an absolute shootout. Both offenses just doing their thing and whatnot. So we'll see it. Like I said, I'm staying away for this one for plays-wise. Looking forward to watching it, but I'll go with the Eagles on this one just with what they're doing right now and everything 4-0 right now. We'll play it safe there. So next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, I got no play on this one, but the Chiefs are looking really good. They're going to continue looking really good, and Kirk Cousins he's just turning the ball over too much in the red zone.
It's sad to see, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sad.
It's sad to see. I think he's on his way out slowly but surely.
I don't want to say it yet, but it's sad.
Yeah, and they're not going to win this game. Like I said, I had to play last week. I had over 13.5 for the Vikings first half, and he threw two interceptions, one in the red zone. I was like, yeah, I'm going to stay away from this, but leaning the Chiefs, of course, and who knows, maybe the Vikings just pull one out and just start going crazy, but nothing for me.
Definitely could if they get a fire under them and see what's going on here and everything. Like you said, the Chiefs are going to take this game, really. I think this Chiefs defense is kind of underrated and everything. You got Chris Jones back, everything, and whatnot. I think they're going to make Kirk nervous. I think they're going to get to him, kind of get under his skin a little and stuff, coming off those 2 interceptions from last week and whatnot. Like I said, it's sad to see because I like Kirk. Like, he seems like a cool guy, cool dude to talk to.
Chains, he's a cool dude like that.
You know, and whatnot.
Real cultured.
You know, good football guy and everything. He's just struggling right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, yeah, we're taking the Chiefs on this one, Sace, man. No play here. We'll go back. Next play, we got the New York Jets at the Denver Broncos.
So the Denver Broncos might be on my banned list for a minute, until I feel comfortable and kind of let them out of timeout. What they've done to me the past couple weeks. I mean, last week on the show, they were up 7-0, had a -2.5 for the first half, and they just end up just disappearing. Don't even know what happened. So I'm going to stay away from anything to do with the Broncos and Zach Wilson. But Zach Wilson did play good last week. That was good to see as a Jets fan. Looks like he's starting to mature a little bit more, starting to take the blame, which is good to see. But, yeah, other than that, I think this will be a really close game, to be honest. I can see it being within that field goal at the last second. So I'm going to lean Broncos.
Okay, I like that.
No
you
play
said
on Broncos.
I like that you said
Broncos.
that. But the Broncos are on Sachman's ban list now.
Yeah,
we'll have to get that up there. No more Broncos for Sach
right now.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, man. Especially me being a Broncos fan, it's tough to watch right now. I'm happy they got the win over Chicago and everything. Hopefully that builds a little confidence with your team.
Yeah.
You know, going into this winnable Jets game, right? Absolutely. I do have a play here.
Okay.
I am going to take this Broncos spread at -2.5 at minus 105 here. You got Nathaniel Hackett, Sean Payton, a little beef there going on and everything.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's calling him out, saying this, saying that. Pretty much torching him, right? And then Sean Payton comes off to a slow start. So now what do you got to do now at home in Denver?
Yep.
You got to own up to what you say, man.
Got to put your foot down.
You got to put your foot down. You got to get this win. You can't just say all that stuff and not win this game and everything.
And on the good side of the hook this time. You had 3.5 last week. Now you got 2.5.
We got the 2.5 right.
You're on the good side now.
Field goal wins this game with this Broncos team and everything. And I think they do have a little confidence now going on with everything coming off that win. You know, they came back in that game. Of course, it was against the Bears, not a good team and everything. But to come back in that tough, tight game and everything and seeing your defense make a huge play to help you win that game, I think that's going to build a lot.
That's good to see that they didn't give up. So
absolutely. I think Russell Wilson is playing good as well. He has comparable stats to Patrick Mahomes right now, you know, and they're 1-3 and whatnot. So I think he is getting the job. He's not getting the job done because they're losing, but he's doing what he needs to do on offense. Yeah. We just need the defense to step up here.
Big statement game.
Like you said, Zach Wilson is maturing a lot, especially from last year. You can see that he cares and he wants to win.
Yeah.
He just doesn't really know how yet. He's still so young. He's trying to figure out who to get the ball to still and everything. He's running for his life.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But I think Denver's defense is going to step up here and kind of take advantage of it, hopefully, and whatnot. But again, I am taking Sean Payton and his Denver Broncos. We're going to talk the talk here. We're going to come out firing. We're going to beat these Jets. Minus 2.5, minus 105. We'll lock that in.
Nice.
All right, Sach. That now takes us into a favorite one for you, baby.
Yeah.
And we got that prime time game. We got the Dallas Cowboys at San Fran. This will be a good watch.
Yeah, this is a classic throwback, just straight rivalry game. So, this was going to be on prime time every time these two teams play. So, this is going to be a big game for both teams to kind of see and gauge where they're at. Of course, I have a play on this one, not just because I'm a Cowboys fan and I'm not trying to be like a homer or anything, but I think both of these teams' defenses haven't gone up against a really good offense. And I think the books are kind of having it at a lower point total just because they're looking at how much points the defenses are letting up. The Cowboys have been averaging 31 points per game this season so far. So they're scoring points.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's the defense or offense or not, it don't matter. You're a team, you're scoring points like that means a lot. One thing that I'm concerned about with the Cowboys is the red zone offense. They have the 30th ranked red zone offense in the league. I believe it said they were 2 of their last 12 in the red zone scoring touchdowns. Their efficiency is 36% in the red zone, which is very concerning. I'm watching these games and we just can't pound the ball in the end zone right now. But that all changed this week. Everything changes this week. Cowboys over 20.5 Cowboys over 20.5 total team points. You can get that at minus 110. That will be my last play of the week.
Like it. Like what you said there, Sach. Yeah, that over does look really nice. Okay, got the Cowboys to win here. I also have a play here, my man, and I'm also taking an over here in this game. But I'm going to the other side of things. I'm going with this Kyle Shanahan offense right now. Their over for team total is 24.5 right now. And in the last 4 games, the 49ers are 4-0 against their team total overs. And last week it was 29.5. Now we're getting it at 24.5. We're getting it at plus 100 as well. So I am definitely taking that. We got the 49ers total points over 24.5 at plus 100. Love it. Just love the Kyle Shanahan offense. You got Christian McCaffrey just dealing on the other side, coming off of 4 touchdowns from last week, Sach. You got Mr. Irrelevant and Brock Purdy just fitting so well in this offense, knowing his weapons and whatnot. Brandon Ayuk absolutely just doing his thing at the wide receiver space. And Deebo Samuel is still on this team. You know, he hasn't – I think this primetime game is where he's going to step up and show exactly who he is and who we know he is. and whatnot. So just so many weapons on this team. I'm excited to watch this one, and I know how much you like the Cowboys and everything. So excited to do this. I'm going to have to go on the other side of you here, though, because I will take the 49ers in this one. But I'm excited.
Good news is we both can win.
We both can win here. We both can win here. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see your Cowboys play against this team because I do think it's a good test for them. Yeah. But again, I got the 49ers total points over 24.5 plus 100 with a 49ers win here. We'll lock that in. And then now, hey, end of the slate takes us into the Monday night game, Sach. We got Matt LaFleur's Green Bay Packers against the freaking Las Vegas Raiders.
And Josh McDaniels.
I didn't even want to say his name.
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders might not want to say his name here soon. His tenure the last couple of years has not been good. He's not doing good. It's already his second stint as a head coach, so there's really no excuse. I'm not even too sure if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play in this game.
Yeah, he's going through the concussion protocol still.
Concussion protocol.
Since it lands on a Monday, though, they said he's made the week. He's made it through a week, right, since the game lands on a Monday and everything. So he could definitely be cleared, but no tell right now.
So game time decisions like that, you're only going to go Packers or nothing. So, but I'm going to lean Packers on this one. No play for me just because the uncertainty at the quarterback position for the Raiders. But I do like Jordan Love, and I like the Packers, what they're doing. You know, they show signs of being a really good team. I think they can maybe slip into a wild card spot at the end of the year. So it's going to be nice to see. Not the best Monday night game, but going to lean Packers.
Yeah, it's I feel bad that it's the Monday night games, everyone's going into work, right?
Yeah.
You're just starting your week out, and then you got a game like this. Not interested in it at all, no play at all. I still don't know what's going on with Jordan Love. I think he has potential. He has the potential and everything. He's got to get his feet on the ground, everything. This is tough, man. I feel like it could go either way because I feel like for some reason in some of these like Monday or primetime games, the Raiders will like somehow find a way to do something in the past and whatever. Yeah, but I don't want to go for them. I'm gonna take the Packers here. Yeah, no play or anything. We'll just say Packers here.
We'll enjoy our Monday night
and whatnot. All right, everyone. So that is the end of our Week 5 slate of games. Picks and predictions. So now we'll go back over our 5 top plays real quick. Start with you, Sach.
Yeah, so my first play is going to be Jacksonville versus the Bills over 48.5 at -110. Second play is going to be the Falcons -2.5 at -108. Miami over 16.5 first half points at -110. The Ravens -3.5 at -114, and the Cowboys over 20.5 total team points at -110.
Awesome. Cool stuff. And for myself, I have the Texans money line at +112. We got Colts money line -112. And then I got that Saints versus New England under at 40.5 -115. Really like that one again. Next up, we got the Broncos spread -2.5 at -105. And then my last play will be that 49ers total points over 24.5 at +100. Love it, my man. Got our plays in and everything. We're going to see how me and you do. I'm excited for this week because I feel like we locked into this one and everything. I like your plays. I do. I think they're really good.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the show, too. We're both giving out picks and giving our own analysis. So there's going to be some plays that I like of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Even though you gave a bagel last week, I like some of your analysis. Gosh. So I think a couple of them I might.
We're coming back. That's not happening again. Sometimes it's not how you start. It's how you finish, baby. Yeah. So we'll get it going and everything. Love it. So now with that, let's give out our top play of the week, the one we are most invested in.
Yeah, so look, this is a big bounce back for us as well. Our parlay of the week did not hit last week, but it will this week, I think. Well, got the Cowboys over 20.5.
You like
that? 110. You can lock that one. I love that one. I think the Cowboys are going to be behind late, so that's going to force us to move the ball and pass it. I see us scoring 24 to 27 points, in all honesty.
Okay.
So the Cowboys over 20.5
Top
total
play.
points
Call your shot, baby.
is going to be my favorite play of the week.
Call your shot.
No,
Okay.
we're calling the shots.
All right. Love it. I like that one. I do. Especially what you said with their averages on points and everything. Makes sense there, Sach. Do you know what mine's going to be? I don't think you'll get it, but if you could guess.
If I had to guess, I'm gonna say you like that under Saints game.
The under Saints game, that's pretty close, but it's not that one. My top play of the week, again, Sach, I am loving what I am seeing out of these young quarterbacks. Love seeing it doing their thing, baby.
Okay.
And you know how much I love that plus money.
Yeah,
Love it.
You
Think
love
it's
some
great.
plus
I
money.
am taking the Texans money line at plus 112. Top play of the week. We'll lock that one in, baby.
Yeah, and me and ZJ, we like to make a parlay of the week as, our two favorite plays that we're liking. So it's going to be a 2-leg parlay with ZJ's Texans money line at plus 112, plus 120, you said?
Plus 112.
Plus
Texans money
112.
line.
And
Texans money line.
Cowboys over 20.5 total team points. That 2-leg parlay comes out to plus 304.
Wow.
So another lot of juice on
A lot
this
of
one.
juice. Love it.
So that's a
Awesome.
good little parlay. And once we do have the guests come on, that's going to turn into a 3-leg parlay. So it's going to get real exciting when it comes down to those parlays. You can win a lot of money.
Yeah. And, everyone's top picks here and everything. So these are the ones we're looking at very highly, seeing what's going on and everything. Love what you said. And like I said, I just love the Texans right here. I'm loving what CJ Stroud's doing. So I like this one, especially for that plus money, Sach.
Yeah, and I kind of don't know where I'm going to actually sit on this one because I can't put money on it. I have the Falcons minus 2.5.
Right. Yeah. Kind of
But-
going against you. But for the viewers and listeners, absolutely take a look into this one.
Yes.
Again, just want to remind everyone, full disclosure, this is not financial advice. These are just plays we are looking into deeply from our analytic review. Love to have you check us out, see what's going on and everything. But these are the ones we are invested in for this week. All right, so that now takes us. Now let's get into our top stories of the week, Sach, man. And, of course, we're going to start out with the biggest story in sports, which is the CU Buffaloes, who just took on USC.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good game by CU for the most part. It's good to see that they didn't get blown out like they did against Oregon. So, as a CU fan, it was good to see a couple freshmen out there. Marion Miller, he had 196 yards off 7 catches.
Hell of a game.
And once Hunter gets back, that's going to spread out the receivers a little bit more. The cornerbacks on the opposing team are going to have to pick their poison, I feel like. So that's really good to see. And also, freshman Kermani McLean made a appearance last week, and he did pretty good. Deion Sanders was kind of dogging him a little bit publicly. So it's good to see him out there,
I think he was kind of letting the people know what was going on, but I think he was also trying to get a fire under him to be like, hey, we will play you, but you got to show us that you want to play, right?
Yeah, and it takes for a lot of these kids, they've never been benched or they've never had that wake up call.
They've been the best player on their teams, and
so I'm glad he did that, and I'm glad he also praised him publicly too. Deion Sanders posted on his Instagram that he was proud of him, so that's good to see. That's a sign of a good coach. And I think the Buffs bounce back in this one.
Absolutely. Just going over that CU versus USC game and everything. It was fun to see him kind of come back there at the end and everything. But, man, they kind of shot themselves in the foot in that first half, Sach. I mean, they came out slow and everything, right? We miss a field goal. The first play USC runs, the running back is coming around, right? Nowhere to go, just a nothing play, and then somehow bounces off around for a touchdown and everything.
Yep.
Defense has to be better there and whatnot, and everything. And then we miss that. We get that punt blocked and whatnot. Dude's rolling out to the right, gets it blocked. So just no help in that first half and everything. And it really slowed us down, but it was exciting to see us come back out now and still have some energy. And like you said, Marion Miller, did his thing, really. A guy that no one really knew about until this game, right?
Came out of the woodworks right there.
For a team where we do have a lot of offensive weapons, now we have another one to add to the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Just hell of a game. Sace, 7 receptions, 196 yards, 1 TD for Amarion Miller. Excited to see what he does next, and just joining this team of, you got a Horn Jr., you got Weaver, a Dylan Edwards, Travis Hunter coming back. Now you add Amarion Miller to the mix and everything, and Shador's dealing to all these guys. It's just a lot of weapons to deal with.
Yeah.
So love it, man. Love seeing guys step up
really
who, want to come up. There was another guy for me that I don't think a lot of people know about that I saw and loved his energy, stepped up in this game, ran the ball hard and everything. And I'm talking about Anthony Hankerson. 16 carries for 74 yards, 1 TD and everything. He is that more power running back, which is the opposite of Dylan Edwards, right? We got our speed back and everything, but he was just hitting holes hard, right? Going in, coming up, slamming into all these guys, going in for the touchdown and whatnot. And that was cool to see. So love seeing Anthony Hankerson and Amarion Miller step up. We can add these guys to the wheelhouse on an already pretty good offensive set team.
Yeah.
Now, just hoping we can get our defense going. I'd love to see a linebacker in here, Sace, just take control, be a captain out there. I'd love to see us get to the quarterback. That's where we're kind of lacking right here on the CU team.
Yeah.
So hoping we can get some fire in those guys. And I'm sure Dion's gonna keep them rolling. I mean, the man has all the confidence in the world for this team, as he should, and as they should. They're in a great place. As we took this loss to USC, I still hold my head high.
Yeah.
Because look at what CU's doing just in general. Recruitment's up and everything, and missions up for the school, right? Our over and under for the whole season was 3.5 wins, Sace. We're already at 3 wins, and everything. So I hold my head high to the CU team still, even though we lost to USC. That was a great game, and that was a good competitor to play against. And it shows you that we can be in these games. We can play with these guys and whatnot. And we move on, to this week going up against a 1-4 ASU team, which is, let's get this win. Let's hammer it to these guys. Let's show them that we're still that team, and let's keep it moving.
Yeah, and I mean, ASU's no pushover either. They lost to USC 28-42.
Yeah.
So they only lost by 14 points. I think it could be a real competitive game. CU should win this one and cover the 4.5-point spread. So it's going to be fun to watch, especially after last week, how some of these guys bounce back, and it's going to be a real exciting game. It's exciting for me and for Sace and myself as well, just because we're Colorado locals, right? So this is in our backyard. Yeah.
CU was the worst team in football last year, right? And now just seeing what we're doing. I mean, all these celebrities are coming to Colorado. Everyone is tuning into these games, So it's cool for us to see, right?
Yeah.
And we weren't necessarily like CU fans or anything, for a college team and whatnot. But man, it's hard to not be now. Why not see that this is going on in the state we live in and cheer these guys on? I love it. Love seeing what Dion's doing with his team, and it's huge, man. Really cool. Awesome. So let's get it CU. Let's get it. So now we are going to get into another hot story kind of going on in the NFL, right? It's just one of those ones that it's just everywhere right now. It's taking storm. And of course it's that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce relationship that's going on right now.
Yeah. I mean, the Taylor Swift effect is real. You see the NFL is taking extreme full advantage of it, posting her everywhere. And not even just the NFL. I mean, Travis Kelce has gained over 1.3 million followers as of last week. So that's just going to keep going
huge,
up and up
man,
and up
huge.
These weeks coming
and
up.
He's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. You know what I mean? Like, he's already established as well, but just a power duo.
Yeah,
right
just
now.
an extreme power duo.
It's cool.
And a lot of things that people are getting upset about, and, they don't always want to see Taylor Swift at the games, but the NFL, like, you got to realize Taylor Swift has 10 times the amount of followers as the NFL. So the NFL is looking at that as this is a way to move, make the game bigger, give it to a completely different audience. I mean, that's just the way that the NFL is moving in right now. Like, you've seen the Jacksonville game. They're doing the Toy Story game. So they're trying to appeal to so many different audiences, which is good for the game of football. You want it to be accessible and fun for a lot of people to watch. And you never know if you get someone, into football like that.
Yeah.
It's real cool.
To be honest, I love it. I mean, you got the top artists in the world now, supporting the NFL and everything. It's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how you could hate this. This is so cool. And it's cool. They got Travis and Taylor got this dynamic going. They're 2-0 right now. She's coming to all the games and everything. It's cool to see. NBC Sports, their biggest streaming audience was this past week with the Jets, Sace. It got up to, there was a 29 million viewer rate, and it averaged out at around 27 million. So, I mean, she is doing her thing, and it's well-deserved. I mean, like I said, she is the top artist in the world.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
Right,
for
yeah.
Sure, so.
So I'm loving it, man. I'm having fun with it. I mean, I think I told you this when we were watching one of the games last week. I have never seen, after the prior week when she showed up to the first game, it seemed like after that, man, I saw so many commercials with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, it seemed like they came out
It
of
was
the
like they
woodworks.
were coming on. Each commercial was just a Travis Kelce commercial, right? It just popped, and
Here he is.
so
both
that's
of them.
cool. And he deserves it as well too. Still, he's a top 5 tight end in the NFL.
Ooh, I would go top 3, but
Yeah,
you
past
got
and present. Past and present.
past and
Past and
present
present.
dudes.
I mean, the man deserves it as well. Like I said, 2-time Super Bowl champ and everything. So cool to see, cool to follow along with.
Just hope they don't break up, and I
Yeah.
hope it's not an ugly
The problem
breakup
is
if it ever happens, 'cause
if
the Swifties will go after them.
Oh yeah, if they do break up too, dang well there's going to be a song about it.
Song
and
about
everything.
Travis, a boycott of
whatnot.
the NFL.
But let's enjoy it right now
Yeah.
while we can, baby. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
cool.
seeing it and whatnot. All right, so now for our final story of the show, me and Sacha are gonna switch over now to the NBA. We're big basketball guys, kind of with our college backgrounds and everything, so we love everything NBA as well as we like the NFL. But huge story right now with the NBA. We got Damian Lillard just went to the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting it. Dame was trying to get all the way to Miami,
Yeah.
and Jimmy Butler was just waiting for him to get there. But I think this is a win-win for the Bucks and ultimately the Celtics. I mean, the pick and roll with Dame and Giannis is going to be insane. You're going to have to just
It's
pick
like
your
it's
poison.
unguardable.
Yeah,
almost.
and even giving away Drew Holiday, they still have a great defensive team. They still have Brook Lopez. They still have Giannis, who's a defensive player of the year. They still have, Chris Middleton's not the best, but he's still pretty good. And they add just an offensive scorer who can go and get 40 on any night. So that's really cool to see. The trade was Brogdon to the Blazers as well as Holiday to the Blazers, and he got traded to the Celtics. So the Celtics move on from Brogdon. It was a whole big 3-team trade.
Yeah.
Celtics it's going to be the Celtics and the Bucks.
Yeah.
The top 2 teams. So
And that's crazy too. It's crazy because this Dame going to the Bucks almost came as like it was a huge surprise. I mean, at least for
Yeah.
me, seeing it and everything, because keep hearing about Miami. Let's get Dame to Miami. All this Jimmy Butler wants Dame in Miami. I thought he was going to go there. I thought that would have been cool too. But now think about this, Sach. That thought of Dame going to Miami, right? You could see Miami possibly being that number 1 seed coming out of there and everything, but now that doesn't even happen. Dame now goes to the Bucks. I'm seeing the Bucks right now to be this number 1 seed right now, and you got Drew Holiday now going to the Celtics.
yeah.
So that now tops over Miami. They got to be number 2. So Miami is now kind of left in that 3 spot right now.
I don't
You
know.
know?
I think
Maybe.
Miami, that people don't know is Miami lost Max Strus.
Right?
They lost
Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
Yep.
They lost a lot of pieces, and they gained no one.
Well,
So
Tyler,
they got-
Tyler Hero is coming back off the injury and everything, but
the
right,
thing is, Tyler Hero, they still made the finals without him. I mean,
Oh,
you could say
absolutely.
with him, but I don't really know. It wasn't really looking like that. Tyler Hero's kind of been having last year was not his best year. It was a little under the radar, but the Dame news turned Jimmy Butler into emo Jimmy.
Yeah,
I mean, he went to media
Crazy
day and
hair.
just stole the show.
absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong. Jimmy Butler's still going to do Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
He is still going to be competitive with all this going on. It's crazy that it happens so quick now. All these guys are going here, and wild to see. And kind of going back to Dame to the Bucks. I mean, that pick and roll with him and Giannis is going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
It's like, do you come out now across the 3-point line and guard him and everything, because you can't stay back. I mean, he's gonna shoot it from the 3. Absolute sniper. He can attack the rim as well and everything. And now you can't help off and leave Giannis down low. I mean, if the man's 15 foot away from the basket, he can pretty much dunk it and everything. So that's going to be a fun offense to watch, especially still even with Chris Middleton, just a 15-footer sniper, can hit from anywhere type of guy too. This is going to be a crazy offense to watch, and teams are going to have to figure out how to guard this pick and roll action. Mark my words on that.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. And also what a lot of people may not have noticed is, since it was like a 3-team trade, DeAndre Ayton is going to the Blazers, and they're sending Yusuf Nurkic to
the Suns. And I think the
and
Suns got better, Sace.
The Suns got better because Nurkic doesn't. DeAndre Ayton is just so full of it.
He's a head case, man.
He's
a head case.
He's saying his name is dominating. Oh, that's all I do. Like, no, you don't. Like, you've never done that. He said he's going to lead by example. It seemed like he was always pouting. But the Blazers got better because they got a young guy in DeAndre Ayton. And the Suns got better. Yusuf Nurkic is going to be a better fit for that team. And he don't care about scoring the ball.
Absolutely.
He's going to do all the dirty work.
And why that's better for the Suns is kind of like what we were saying just about Ayton is, Ayton will play in these games and everything, but when it comes to the big ones, he just doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Nurkic will show up for the Suns and help them out. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker in these bigger games, which I do think the Suns got better and everything. So kind of cool to see all these teams off and rolling. What's also cool, Sach, is October 24th coming up, baby. First NBA game start. We got the Lakers at the defending champions. We got our Denver Nuggets, who's going to lay the rafter as well as do the ring ceremony in front of LeBron James. What do you think about that?
It seems like every team that wins the finals, they always have it in front of LeBron.
You got to have it with LeBron there.
You always have it in front of LeBron.
Just his
James.
mug there, just watching you put the ring on.
Just because it's going to bring the ratings, and then they're going to show LeBron staring at them winning the ring and getting showed it. Like, we've seen it, but other than that, I think these two teams are starting to turn into a little rivalry. They're starting to talk a little bit more, more smack to each other. Mike Malone is throwing shots at LeBron and the Lakers. It's gonna be a chippy game for sure.
I love it, man. Again, we're in Colorado. I'm loving seeing what the Denver Nuggets are doing. I know you're Sach is a Golden State fan, right? So it's kind of the other.
I'm glad a lot of you Nuggets fans get to see the ring.
It's cool.
It's so fun
cool,
to watch.
Sach. It's cool that we're here, though.
I've seen it 4 times, so it's dope. I'm really excited to see how you guys react to it.
It's crazy too how we got the best player in the world though over here on our side.
At this point, I can't disagree.
It's cool.
I can't disagree with that one. Jokic
it's cool. It's all fun and games between me and Sach. He's been a Warriors fan the whole time I've known him, ever since college and everything. But it like I said, it's cool for us and being in Denver and everything that the Nuggets got the dub and everything, hanging the banner in front of LeBron. And dude, I think there's some like low key beef between LeBron and Jokic, man.
Yeah, I think
it's Jokic doesn't really like say much or anything, but I don't think LeBron likes him.
Yeah,
at all.
Think and even Aaron Gordon, him and LeBron got in a little.
I like when Aaron Gordon talks smoke though, man. So I mean that dude's a strong dude, power dude for the Nuggets and everything. But excited to get the season kicked off and everything with the NBA and whatnot. As this show goes on, you best believe that Sach and myself are going to dive into some NBA topics as well as some sports plays for the viewers and listeners and everything. So excited for that. We're going to branch into some of those, but make no mistake, we are fully locked on this NFL season as we go into week 5.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks from you, my man?
Nothing. I'm just real excited about this week slate of games. Like I said, we got a lot to prove this week. A big bounce back week for myself, being 2-3, and an extremely big bounce back week for you. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. Definitely happens. It could happen to me. We don't want it to happen to me, but I'm excited to see where it goes. And it was a real good week. Yeah, cool to see as well. I got something for you this week, so we'll see what goes on. Yeah. Again, this is the Bet Champ Show.
You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and X. That's at The Bet Champ Show. Our Twitter account's a little different. It's at Bet Champ Show and everything. But these are where all our updates are going to be. Sports plays, picks, injuries, type of things, lines changing, big stories. Tune into there for all of that info and whatnot. But yeah, episode 2 in the books. And we'd just like to say to the viewers and listeners, salute to all of you and happy betting.